Our model for an effective management system. Hello everyone, I'm Steve Hough, Managing Principal Consultant here at Baines Simmons, and I'm going to talk to you today about our model for an effective management system. And that's called the SMARRT MAP, the Safety Management and Risk Reduction Tool, Measurement and Performance. So we've built a model which covers the 4 pillars of ICAO. So some of you may be familiar with the SMS 4 pillars. So that is safety policy, safety risk management, safety assurance, and safety promotion. But that just covers those key elements of an SMS, a safety management system, but with a management system requirement that we have in a lot of our regulations. That goes above and beyond those bare bones of an SMS. So we have our SMARRT MAP, which covers a little bit more because it also covers the compliance side of things. So we have at the core of our model the 4 key areas of the management system itself. So that includes, to start off with, regulatory compliance, because that is the basis of everything that we build our systems on. That provides the base level. Around that, we do compliance monitoring. So we're checking that we are doing what we say we are doing within regulatory compliance. And that's kind of a perfect system. We've built a perfect world. But we know that we don't have a perfect world out there. Firstly, we put humans into it, and humans, we're prone to error and mistakes. We violate, we cut corners. So to understand that, we have a human factors and error management model around the outside of that to say, with our perfect system in principle, we understand that things go wrong, and how do we get to the bottom of that and look for the correct mitigations around it. All of this builds together to then do some safety risk management. And our layers of the SMARRT MAP, actually you can think of them, they're not just hexagons here on the screen, think of them more as cubes or like a Russian doll that's building out with different shells around that. So safety risk management goes all around this. So how do you take all the information out of your human factors and error management and then put it into linking in with compliance to say what risks is an organization facing? Now, this is the core of the SMARRT MAP. A lot of the elements of the 4 pillars from ICAO are in there, with the addition of the compliance monitoring part and the regulatory compliance. And if you put all of these elements in place, you'll have a management system. And you could go away and probably get that approved. You'll have your processes and procedures. You'll have your manual written. And that could just sit on a shelf now, and it often does. We see that the management system doesn't actually get going. It's there in place, but there's no energy to it. And this is where our other 5 enablers that we have around the outside of the core of the SMARRT MAP really come in. These power up the management system, like the blue touch paper, get the fuse going and actually make the management system work. So these enablers, some of the softer elements, soft skills sides that you might say, we start with managed competence. How is the safety training? Is there a competence framework in place? Looking at those different elements of the safety competence of the staff that you're working with. Then we have supportive capability. Do you have the right tools in place, the right software systems perhaps, and also just time? Do you have time to do the safety work in some of the other busy roles that you have? Then we move on to proactive culture. Is everything set up for the way people work? Do we have the basis of a just culture, so people trust the system to report? Do we have a reporting culture, learning culture, flexible culture that builds on this, that feeds into the management system? Then we have assured performance, the safety actions that we put in place. Are they actually working? And is the management system itself assured? Do we know that the system is mature and there's no blind spots in it? So we actually know we're getting good information out of the system. And then last but not least, the active leadership element. If we don't get buy-in from our accountable managers or our leadership teams, the management system is not going to work. You'll have frustrated safety managers and compliance monitoring managers who built the system or helped build it, but the system will never work without active leadership. And everybody in the organization is a safety leader, but how that active leadership is distilled down, how the safety vision is driven, and how safety is done really comes from that active leadership part. So without those 5 elements around the outside, the core of the business, the bit that you've got the manuals for, the bits that you've got the models for, are not going to work. So we see this as a real difference in industry, combining compliance and risk together and then also looking at the enablers around the outside to power up your effective management system. So that's our SMARRT map, a model that we find is very useful in lots of different settings, both for looking at how your management system comes together, and we also use it in our diagnostic tools for coming in and understanding how you do things. So if you're interested in the SMARRT map and would like to learn more about it, please put a question in the comments or contact us here at Baines Simmons, and we'd love to talk to you about it. Thank you, everybody.